everybody. I am TheOdd1sOut's, and today we'll be reacting to TheOdd1sOut's video about his, freshman year of preparatory school. But before that, if you didn't, watch my previous video on his, the first video TheOdd1sOut ever made, then, at the end of that 1 hour and 20-minute video, apparently I decided to just overanalyze that video. It was originally supposed to be just a reaction video, but it ended up being a little bit of like over-analysis or something. I don't know how it ended up being over an hour and 20 minutes long, to be honest. Like, what the heck happened there, but yeah, part of it is that the last 20 minutes, I said, okay, I want to try to find the oldest comments on that video, because, the top comments for the first TheOdd1sOut video are kind of garbage. So I want to sort that out to myself. Okay, if I go and try to find some of the old comments, perhaps I might be able to find some good ones. Scrolling is takes a long time when a video has a lot of comments. But yeah, anyway, while I was scrolling, I came across this video, which is basically a transcription of the entire video here. Like, wow. Just wow. Wowzers. Well, anyway, I think I'm gonna continue scrolling here for I don't know, another 7 to 10 minutes here. And if I see another interesting comment, I'll unpause the video and show it to you. Alright, I found something interesting. Huh. I was scrolling. I found a comment that was just the letter E capitalized. This comment section sure is a time capsule. Huh. Yeah, that's definitely messed up. I think I'm gonna scroll for just a little bit more. Manager find comments from 5 years ago, so yeah, screw it. Let's stop scrolling. And let's start being a bit more productive today. Hey, on with today's video. Freshman year preparatory school by TheOdd1sOut. That is the video we will be reacting today. And if you liked my reaction to this video, remember to leave a comment down below and subscribe.
Crest Clean Breath. Unlike basic toothpastes, it doesn't just mask bad breath, it neutralizes bacteria.
Starting now.
By the way, in case you don't know, I'm TheOdd1sOut. Should probably said that before I asked you to subscribe. Dang it, I hit the wrong button.
Starting 9th grade was...
Let's see, now, let's see. Okay, so he made this video about 15 days straight. I mean, after, if I remember correctly, there is... Yeah. Okay, so 31 days in August. So yeah, 16 days. So 16 days after the first one. Honestly, not bad. Quite productive, aren't we? I guess when he started he really was in it to just make videos now on a regular basis. Like he didn't start doing it after his first videos, and he went to go. No, he was ready, gun locked and loaded, just like we are.
Starting 9th grade was probably the worst decision I've ever made. I didn't go to a public school.
Well, fitness. I mean, I don't think it's exactly you don't have much of a decision to make when starting a 9th grade and all that.
Was probably the worst decision I have ever made. I didn't go to a public school. I went to a preparatory school that made us wear uniforms, wake up early, and use lockers. And
Okay, Arizona is weird. Like, you don't have lockers in Arizona? Like, what are you? I mean, yeah, I feel like you gotta be living in a different, planet and all that. But anyway, school uniforms, honestly, when it comes to uniforms, I don't know, no, I got, some mixed feelings, but I mean, honestly, growing up, I always, loved the idea of school uniforms. Like in the United States, we don't have school uniforms unless you go to a preparatory school or a fancy school like that. Like in public schools, no uniforms. And honestly, growing up, I always wish that schools had uniforms because I would watch I would see media produced in other countries like Great Britain and Japan, and they have school uniforms there and all that. It was mostly in Great Britain. I didn't really watch any anime until about until like high school and all that. It was in high school that I started getting into anime and all that. Before high school, I wasn't really into anime. That. Yeah, in fact, when I was it was in middle school. In like my first year of middle school, but actually, I thought about, as I drew a little picture of, when I thought what the uniforms in my school would be if it had uniforms and all that, and because growing up, I wanted to go to a school that had school uniforms, but I never did. I know that. In fact, I never really, got to uniforms until I got the experience of wearing a uniform until I worked at McDonald's, and okay, honestly, it kind of sucked. Most because the uniforms just aren't that good and all that. I don't want some stupid fast food worker uniform and all that. I mean, that's just kind of lame and all that. What would be really great is the fancy uniforms and all that. There appears that the uniforms, at least for the boys at this preparatory school of his, aren't exactly fancy, seeing as
that made us wear uniforms, wake up early.
Uh,
School. I went to a preparatory school that made us wear a uniform.
Okay, yeah, I mean, only one pair of pants. Like, man. You know, honestly, I do kind of relate because, when I worked at McDonald's, I also only had like one, pair of pants when it came to the McDonald's uniform. By the way, at the McDonald's I worked at, for the crew members, which was, what I was, the lowest rank, and that it is, the uniforms were basically just, t-shirts that had this McDonald's, branding and all that, and, I know, just, McDonald's did something like, a special, some promotion, new t-shirts would get it, and so, the employees would wear it and, kind of promote the thing or something. And honestly, I would, show you, some of the t-shirts, but right now, because, I no longer work at the McDonald's anymore, I, just end up just putting them in a dresser that's many miles away and all that. I mean, so I don't really feel like you just, getting into a car and driving for 3 hours, to get out of the dresser, and then drive another 3 hours, back here and show it to you. So, yeah, that's not gonna happen, and all that. Honestly, I think I'll just talk about, my experience with working at McDonald's another day. Let's focus on this video, because I don't want this video to be an hour long like the last one.
Wake up early and use lockers. And I went to the school with my twin sister, and we had every single class.
First mention of his twin sister Faith.
Every single class together.
I remember taking French in high school. Yeah, after one of the requirements to is to have like a take a have class instead of a foreign language class for a year and all that, that's a requirement for in high school. I decided to take French. And all that, and honestly, I enjoyed it, and I was planning on taking French for a second year. Unfortunately, not enough people signed up for French 2. I know that. I went to a very small school. I know that. Well, not. I wouldn't say very small. Well, it was small. I don't know. Okay, it was a school in a small-ish town. I don't know. It depends on what you consider a small town. Like the town I'm currently living in is definitely it's definitely smaller than the town that I went to high school in and all that. Like, I went to a high school in a small town in the Upper Peninsula, Michigan, and all that. I'm not going to tell you any more about in regards of its location, because I don't feel like giving you all the information about my life, at least not now in a way. And yeah, let's see here. Unfortunately, not everybody was interested in learning French as much as I was, so not enough people signed up for French 2 that year, and I wasn't able to take it for a second year, because it was my senior year, the last year, when I decided to take, French, the French 2.
So since we didn't know anyone, we sat next to each other in all our classes. And as the school year went on, we got to know more people, and we all became friends.
Hooray, you made a friend.
Soon everybody in the 9th grade knew who we were. But one day, it was about the second to last week of school, and we just finished our classes, and we were both 14, so we were still kind of weird. Puberty and stuff. And I say,
What?
kind of weird. Puberty and stuff.
Funny voice crack there.
And I say, Faith, you know what would be funny? If you bump into someone and then say, oh, sorry, let me apologize with my sympathy rub. And then I proceeded to rub my sister's arm, slowly and gently, because that's what a sympathy rub is.
Oh man. I'm watching this video again all the years now. I realized just how stupid just the whole thing was. I mean, when I first saw this video years ago, and I thought, okay, that's just kind of dumb. But now that I'm older and and a bit smarter, I realize that just is just so dumb. That's just the dumbest thing ever. It's truly something only a 14-year-old would come up with in terms of just how dumb it is.
I mean, it's not my best work, but I think it's funny. But there was a teacher walking by who didn't think it was that funny.
Man, I don't remember the rest of this story, but I'll let it play out here. Man, this story is pretty funny.
It was a middle school teacher, so we've never seen her before. And she asks us, hey, do you two know the school's policy on PDA? And she asks us, hey, do you two know the school's policy on PDA?
Public display.
And my sister responds with, yep, and starts to walk away. Oh, I'm not done.
Oh man, this random middle school teacher, just showing up who's visiting the high school for whatever reason, just stopping these students. Oh boy.
Teacher then began to give us a lecture about why we have to keep our feelings for each other outside of school.
Okay, I want to understand that, you should probably keep public displays of affection on the down low in, high school and all that, but, I don't know, gently rubbing somebody's, like this, I don't know, I feel, I know, this teacher just definitely seems to be one of those overly strict teachers, that just, no, I mean, at the high school I went to, people would hold hands all the time, and all that, and, just, I mean, I never saw anybody, kiss, but I did see, couples, holding hands when I was in high school and all that. So, as far as I'm concerned, if two people holding hands, it doesn't matter and all that. I mean, basically, holding hands is okay, but, stuff that approaches kissing is not okay and all that, as far as I'm concerned. When it comes to public displays of affection in high school.
She said stuff like, I know you're both young and in love, but your hormones are all out of whack, and now is not a time to be going steady with someone.
Oh, it's not time to go be going steady with someone. Okay, look, Miss Teacher. Okay, it's not like they're fucking. Okay, at least as far as you know. I mean, like, it's because two people, just because one person is driving the arm of another person, does not mean that they're fucking. Okay. Like, honestly, if they're fucking, then that's different. Like, you should not have sex in high school. Okay, if you are in high school at the moment, do not have sex. Okay, do not have sex. You should not. Okay. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, you should not have sex until you get married and all that. But hey, I guess if you don't want to live that strictly, then I guess it's not my place to stop you from just fooling around. But like at the very least, don't be doing the thing if you're still in high school. Okay. Okay, I mean, you have better things to focus on. And also, there is a chance that the relationship won't even work out and all that. I mean, sure. I know sometimes I know relationships in high school do end up going long term, and people marry their high school sweethearts. But yeah, and I guess that's just my 2 cents on the issue here.
So apparently this teacher saw us sit next to each other in classes, walk with each other in the hallway, and eat lunch together, and naturally assumed that we were madly in love.
Now drawing a picture for this.
And eat lunch together, and naturally assumed that we were madly in love.
Honestly fair. Honestly fair. That way you can see it. I completely understand not drawing a picture of that.
Love. Me and Faith looked at each other, and we were both thinking, do we tell her? We probably should have, but we didn't want to make the teacher feel awkward or anything, so we just kept our mouths shut and nodded. And I remember...
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't blame you. I mean, in a similar situation, you might as well just be quiet and not odd and just wait for the whole awkward situation to be over.
While this was happening, my friend Anthony walked by, and knowing we were both brother and sister, was extremely confused why we were being told not to show our feelings for each other in school. And like, we weren't even making out or anything. We just did
yeah, exactly.
everything together. So I don't know what the teacher's problem was. So after the teacher was done talking, I thought it was extremely funny and wanted to tell everyone in the whole school.
Yeah, honestly, fair. This is pretty funny.
But Faith was utterly embarrassed and wanted to keep
understandable.
quiet. Down the hall, Anthony
understandable.
was waiting for us and asked if we got called out for PDA. I told him my sympathy rub joke, and Faith made him swear to never tell anyone. And this would probably be...
And now for the ending. Okay, like, now I forgot about the friend part here, and just a bit of it, but the general beginning, middle part and climax of the story I remember after all these years and all that. So now for the big finale here.
be the end of the story, but the next day, while our geometry teacher was teaching a different class, the teacher that called us out came in and said, "Hey, do you know the blonde curly-hair girl with the boyfriend that looks just like her?"
Why is she even here? Like, why?
sorry, but just saying that sentence should probably trigger some sort of red flag. My geometry teacher said...
Boyfriend that looks just like... oh, so it's just like... Man, the lack of awareness, like... I don't know, maybe she thinks they're cousins or something. Oh, wait, no, not cousins, because it's in Alabama. Second or third cousins. Or something, I don't know.
Our names, Faith and James?
Oh, the teacher's just so confused here.
Yeah, well, I saw them holding hands. Which I wasn't, by the way. I was giving her a sympathy rub.
I like how after all these years is still angry about that. I mean, honestly, I also just, honestly, I guess I can't blame it. I also do too. I tend to, just have a slight tendency to, hold some grudges. I mean, I try not to hold grudges, and most of the time I try not to hold grudges and just leave things be, but... I know, sometimes it is a bit hard to not hold a slight grudge, when it comes to certain things, not that. I mean, I can be, quite, adamant about getting the facts right and all that. Come on, get the facts straight here.
The whole class burst out laughing anyway, so my geometry teacher informed her they're twins. So the teacher ended up feeling awkward anyway. I still thought it was hilarious, and now everyone knew about it. And Faith was glad there was only 2 more weeks of school left.
Oh, poor Faith.
There's only one iconic sequel that can't be missed.
It's time.
Experience the devil with...
12 million people. Oh, 14 million now. Okay, so yeah, 12, so yeah, a bunch of comments there. Yeah, I'm not gonna try doing what I'm currently doing over here with trying to reach to the bottom here, so I don't know, I'm not gonna try to, I'm not gonna go out of my way to just, find all the good ones here. True, especially since this is, everybody knows it now. Because as you all know, when a boy and girl are next to each other, they're definitely, I mean, honestly, this just, honestly, on the internet, even... Yeah, not just a boy and a girl, if when it comes to, the internet, especially internet fandoms on the internet, if 2 people share even just a positive, even somewhat positive, just relationship with each other, even if they don't have a positive relationship, even if they outright just hate and despise it, or even if they just any relationship at all, and it's just 2 characters, regardless of gender, regardless of any and all facts, as long as it is slightly, even just like a 1% possibility of those 2 getting together, people are just gonna ship them, okay? Just people just gonna ship them. People just love shipping and all that. Okay. But yeah. Okay, I mean, frankly, look, there's a difference between having a close friendship, okay? Like, there are people who are willing to die for each other. But just because somebody is willing to die for each other does not mean that they want, just have sexual feelings or and romantic feelings and all that. Like, seriously, okay. I mean, but listen, if your bros and homies aren't willing to just go to hell and back for you, then I'm sorry that you have terrible friends. But look, wanted you to go to hell and back because you love and care for a person does not mean that they're gay for you or that they want to sleep for you. And I mean, look, okay, Frodo and Sam are not gay, okay? Let's just leave it at that. I don't exactly get the book part, but okay. Yeah, when I heard the teacher said that they look exactly the same. Yeah, funny. More of the story, teachers would keep to themselves. True. Watch later. Don't worry about it, James. That teacher was just I'm glad somebody told her. Oh god, yeah. Okay. Me. How long is this? Okay. So it is shorter than the last one. Yeah. And now people know since suicide and dying, like with unalive and all that. I don't know, things are weird. And also, part of it is like TikTok's fault because YouTube doesn't really ban you for saying, this person died and all that. Like, you said died, death, and all that. I'm not so certain about, like telling a person to kill themselves, but, or commit suicide. Oh man, just wait for this video to get, like, one of those little things that say, okay, if your thoughts about suicide, to call this helpline or something, because it just said the word suicide, and all that, but, yeah. You can say death all you want, okay? Yeah, like 20 million people died. 100 million people died, okay? Stop saying unalive on YouTube, okay? It's cringe, okay? If you say unalive, you are cringe and annoying and stupid. Yeah. This is not incest. This is transvest. Oh boy. Oh. I got to check this out. I gotta check that out today. Oh, that's kind of sad. Yeah. It's not easy being allowed to start. Oh man, like I say, unlike the first video, the book one that has, I don't know, just terrible comments. Yeah. The comments have stopped loading now. Huh. Appears. Yeah, I don't like that one. No, the comments here are actually pretty good and all that. Yeah, I have a twin brother. I'm a girl with a pixie cut. and my brother was giving me a piggyback ride down the hallway, and a teacher came out, never seen her before, and was like, "Gentlemen, please, this is not appropriate. You either shouldn't be dating." And I said, "Am I all? But still, don't be dating." My brother said, "We're twins." And the teacher started nose. Oh, this is gold. Okay, I don't get the that's too simple. Like, I don't get the joke there. But the thing in that comment 9 is also who knows. But man. Well, don't worry, because when it comes to shipping James to people on Tumblr, thankfully they don't ship James with his twin sister. Instead, they ship James with Jading Animations, which they are just friends. And honestly, the fact that James and Jaden are just friends has become more and more obvious over the years for multiple reasons. I won't get into it now, but yeah, for multiple reasons. Yeah. Nothing's gonna stop people from shipping, okay? Like, seriously, people ship Ben 10 with his cousin Gwen. Okay. Man. Honestly, I understand, but I mean, honestly, I know I wouldn't put some bad. I know I may be a bit vengeful, which gets is bad. But I don't know, man. I mean, there's worse things. There are much worse things to do. I'd say that's pretty tame. No, I accidentally hit the show replies on that. I did not mean to do that. Yeah. See, so what is up with that? Mm-hmm. Oh man, that's the truth. Hmm. But honestly, I got. Yeah. Anyway, I guess I don't really have anything else to say. So I guess have a good day and goodbye, everybody.